Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing? I gotta tell you, we have reached a time of peak depression for me. Peak depression. And I don't mean because anything specific is going on, but like, I don't know if this is something that just happened in adulthood, but it's very, very hard for me to get out of bed in the morning in this weather. And I know that obviously one could say, yeah, it's hard for everyone to get up in cold weather. It's not just hard for me to get up in this weather, it's hard for me to do anything at all. Like, I'll just sit by the heater and I'm like, I don't want to move. I don't want to go to the want to. I don't want to do anything really if curled up under a blanket. So I always know that when this time of year comes around, it's hard. My favorite time of year is probably from about September, beginning of September through end of October. My second favorite time of year is the spring, whenever that happens. Um, I know officially like late March, but in real life, probably April, early April. What are you doing? Probably early April until like mid June ish when it gets hot, mid to late June. But the worst time of year for me always is like early November through March, and it's like half the year where my motivation is at its lowest. You should have heard the talk I had to have with myself to get out of my bed this morning. I woke up on time. That's the thing. It's been a while since I've outslept an alarm. It happens once in a blue, but 95% of the time, I'm not out sleeping an alarm. Like I wake up, um, I look at the alarm. In this case, some cases I go back to sleep, but in this case, I didn't even go back to sleep. I was up at 6. I tried to go back to sleep actually for about 20 minutes, and then I was like, maybe I'm not gonna go back to sleep because if I go back to sleep, I'm done so. But what happened? I said, you know what? We just had some major snow on Sunday. It's still not even melted. I could say that my car is stuck. I could say that I have a cold. I could say a lot of different things. And I thought of all of those things, and I was getting ready to put those in my work chat all the way up until about 8. And then at the last minute, I was like, what are you going to do at home? I'm like, because I was thinking of the pros and cons. I said, you know what, I could use the extra rest. Then I said, well, I rested on Saturday, I rested on Sunday when I was snowed in, I rested on Monday when I was snowed in. You know, extra rest is not really going to do anything for me. It's not even that I have so much work to do, it's that anytime I let depression win once, it gets easier to do it twice and a third time and a fourth time. So my need to perpetually be doing something is kind of driven by that. I don't want to go back to sleep. If school was canceled for me until Thursday, I would be asleep until Thursday. I would really be asleep until Thursday. I mean, obviously I would get up. But I mean, when I say I would be asleep until Thursday, I just mean I would spend Tuesday and Wednesday in bed, like I did Sunday and Monday. But and I have the time off to use. But you know what? I keep thinking to myself, if I save enough of this time off, if I save enough of this time off, maybe I'm gonna take a break, an extended break at some point. I feel like we all need those. No, I'm not sick. It's just very, very. I just got out of being sick. So tired. Mm-hmm. Real Bemmings. Good morning. If you haven't done so yet, please like the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hit that notification bell. I'm on my way to the greatest place on earth, Disney World, aka my job. I'm on my way to my job. Um, that's it. That's it, and that's all. I never thought in a million years that I would be one of those get up and go to work 5 days a week people. Like, even though both of my parents had those jobs, had those types of jobs, I never saw myself with that because the reason why I'm saying that, most people want to emulate what their parents do. I did not want to emulate what my parents were doing because I remember they would come home from work grumpy every day and be angry and grumpy. And I'm like, whatever it is that they're doing doesn't make them happy. So why would I want to do something like that? I was like, even before this era of so many alternative ways to make money than 9 to 5, even before this era, I said there's got to be something else. There's just got to be something else. I haven't figured it out yet, but I still feel like it's got to be something else. Oh, let me reset. Reset. Hopefully it's better for y'all. Hopefully it's better for y'all. The highway actually cleared up. My my block is still crazy. It's so crazy. I shoveled my car out. You know, I was able to get my car out. I put in all this work shoveling, and then I guess the snow plow must have came by after I moved my car. But I'm glad that it. I'm actually glad that it was after I already took my car out of the spot. And the reason why is because I was able to put my car in another spot. I did have to walk a couple of blocks because it wasn't in front of my house, but the alternative to that is having to shovel. So I'm glad that I did not have to shovel. I would have been pissed about that. Good morning, chocolate. I want to show all of my haters love. This one's for you. Good morning. What was I watching yesterday? Oh, I saw the first almost 3 episodes of Beast Games. Um, it was entertaining. But something I'm getting a little bit tired of with all these different competition shows is how they're not original. Beast Games was kind of on the original side for season one. Season two so far has been a mixture of like CrossFit, Ninja Warrior. Um, they said there's going to be a Survivor crossover episode. I probably just haven't gotten to that yet because I only saw the first 3 episodes. It was kind of like Squid Game a little bit. Yeah, I mean it's interesting enough, but for a $5 to $10 million game, at least have a little bit more creativity. Like it's very high tech. You know, like they had this cool version of dodgeball. You know, it's very the video work. The video work is insane, but in terms of the game itself, it's a little copycatish. Yeah, and to me, clearly, a lot of these shows have run out of ideas. House of Villains, like Traders, to me is one of the few that maintain a uniqueness to it. The Traders maintains a uniqueness. The Challenge, I would say the big three also. The Challenge, Survivor, and Big Brother, they're kind of all their own. But all these extra shows, for the most part, are like variations of shows that are already out there. And they keep making new ones, and it's not new concepts. It's just new titles, variations, mix and match. Like I like things that are unique. I used to like The Circle. Whatever happened to that? I kind of liked The Circle season 7, but I loved the first 5 seasons. Maybe it's like the TV show Catfish. Catfish used to be so entertaining. I know Catfish was canceled, but I'm saying Catfish used to be so entertaining. And then it got boring after a while. I think it was kind of fake also. That's why I don't watch some random reality shows. I only stick to Big Brother, Survivor, The Amazing Race, and The Traders. I don't know not Survivor. I don't know if The Amazing Race piqued my interest enough for me to watch another season. Like, does the format change? Do the games change any? Is it the exact same games that they do every season? What differences from year to year would make me interested in watching it? What was fake? What are the differences from Amazing Race from year to year that would keep my interest? I don't know. Oh, Catfish. I feel like the beginning of Catfish, it's like any of those shows. Like before anyone knows a Catfish show exists, I think it had more reality to it. I think after they knew of the existence of the show, then it was like, let's figure out some outlandish ways to get on TV. I mostly watch because the countries provide a different range. Oh, because they go to different countries. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think of that. They go to different countries, and different countries present different challenges. Why is there so much traffic? One of the worst things is sitting in traffic for a place that you don't want to go. Because I really don't want to go to work. I super don't want to go to work, but I have to sit here in traffic for a place that I have no interest in being at. I think I'm going to be on here for another 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'm going to cut this off and turn on some music to get through this, because the sound of my own voice does not necessarily do it for me. Hopefully he is. Traffic is not always like this. That's why I said that. If it was just a normal amount of traffic, then I would have just been like, oh, another day in traffic. But it's abnormally a lot. Maybe there's an accident or something. Somebody told me I should throw my GPS on in the morning, because sometimes the street route is faster than the highway based on based on all this traffic. I sing to you, but you can't hear me sing through the phone. I can't wait for Survivor 50. I'm definitely going to get my ticket to the watch party, even though I know that going to the watch party always means that I can't hear anything too good. But I just want to go just in case, you know, um, Survivor legends show up. You know what? Between now and then, I gotta brush up on all the people from their various seasons, so that I know, so that if I see any of them, I at least have a general idea of what they did. I can't say I'll watch all the seasons that they were on, but I'll at least watch some highlights. I'll catch some highlights. Milkman came on my live yesterday, actually. Um, he jumped on right as I was jumping off, but I saw him say hi in the chat. So he's around. Actually, that Adam story is hilarious. The last time I saw Adam, he was with his wife, and I was like, "Hey, Adam." I always tell him when I see him now, because he's at all of these things. I'm like, "Hey, it's my favorite Big Brother player." And then I said that to him, and then his wife was like, "Oh, that's so sweet," and he was like, he was like, "No, ask him why, ask him why he says I'm his favorite Big Brother player." And I was like, "Well, this one Big Brother event, I was sitting on the rooftop. I was on this rooftop. Tucker was there. Uh, what's his name? Matt and Kenny. And then I was talking to this guy for like 20 to 30 minutes. It must have been probably 20 minutes at least. We were just talking about the different seasons, and then I was telling him I was a newer fan, blah blah blah. Then he just says to me, I said, "Ah, man, I wouldn't really like being on Big Brother. One of the things I wouldn't like is when I get out of the house, now people would bother me at events and ask me for pictures and whatever, autographs, when I'm trying to just live my life." And he was like, "Yeah, you know, Or you get old like me and people stop caring. It took me a minute to process, and then I was like, "Oh, you were on Big Brother?" Oh, his wife thought that was funny. That's still hilarious to me. But the funny thing is, when I go to those shows, when I go to those events, I always talk to people, the fans, about the different people that were there, and I always end up talking to super fans. And when I mentioned Adam to them, it's like, yeah, they were all like, yeah, I remember Adam, but he was kind of just carried. They told me Adam gives Victoria and Azza, and I was like, oh wow. If you ask him, he doesn't think so, but that's what a lot of the fandom said. I really have to watch that season in its entirety because all I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes and then some clips. But I wanna sit down and binge that whole season. Maybe I'll do it at work one day. What else am I gonna do? Work? uh, there's still ice on my car. 2 days later, 2 days after, 2 full days after the storm. But I'm so glad that I was clearing out my car every 3 4 hours during the storm because it wasn't like it was hard to scrape off or anything like that. I don't remember how he played honestly, but that sounds right. Like he was talking to me about all this strategy. I did this. I could have been in the final two if this happened, this or this, and then when I asked other people, they were like, "Nah, they dragged him." They dragged him to the final three. I'd have to see for myself. He told me to watch his season and tell him what I think, but still haven't done that. I'm sure he's gonna be at the Survivor premiere. He's also a big Survivor fan. An analysis of the entire. Yeah, it's possible. That would be easier if I could find an analysis. I don't know why I couldn't get that word out. Analysis. Analysis. Give me your hand. Meaning, what does that mean? Chocolate with the random comment of the morning. She's always good for at least one random comment. All right, y'all. I'm jumping off. Please make sure like, comment, subscribe, notification bell.